All right, good evening everyone, and welcome to Hometalk Live tonight. My name is Mary Hoover, and I am so glad that you're joining us for another live tutorial from Hometalk. Like I said, my name is Mary, and I am a blogger, and my website is missiontosave.com. And I am all about helping families save money, and so that means I help you save on your groceries, but I also help you save with DIY projects. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take some unconventional items like lollipop wrappers, and we're going to turn them into some wreaths, okay? So I'm going to get started right away on these projects because I'm actually going to make 3 different wreaths tonight. So as you're joining me tonight, I would love for you to tell me where you are from. I am from Columbus, Ohio. So I'm coming to you from Ohio. It's a beautiful spring day here in Ohio. I was at soccer tournaments all day, so please let me know where you're from in those comments below. I'd love to hear where you're from. So let's get started on these 3 wreaths, all right? We're going to be using some unconventional supplies tonight, but what I like to start with are these little wreath forms right here. And I actually find these at the Dollar Tree. I hear California is joining us. Thank you, from the West Coast. Another Ohio. All right, another Buckeye joining me.
South Dakota.
And so South Dakota too. So this wreath form, I get these from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so this wreath form was just $1, all right? So I am going to make a fun wreath using these lollipop wrappers, okay? So this is a fun project to get the kids involved with also, because they're gonna help you unwrap all of those lollipops. We used Dum Dum wrappers, Dum Dum lollipops. A little fun fact for you. Dum Dums are an Ohio-based company, okay? So one of my Buckeye companies.
We've got someone from Ireland.
Ireland. Oh, I love that. I love that joining us. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need all of these Dum Dum wrappers. You're going to need some straight pins. And you're going to also need the wreath form. I actually like this size wreath form too because it's not too big, so it doesn't become too overwhelming of a project. And on the straight pins, I also like to use ones that have a little pearl or some kind of head on them so that they don't poke through the paper. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute, okay? So the other thing that you need to determine is which direction you want your paper to go, okay? So you can either put your wrappers on with the colored paper facing out like this. Seriously, you guys, it's this easy, right? You're just gonna poke it in like that.
Somebody just said they use swimming noodles.
Swim noodles, yes, I love pool noodles. Pool noodles is another great DIY frugal idea to use for your wreath forms, okay? So you're gonna either put it on this direction or you're gonna turn your paper over this direction. And what you'll find is one way when you're gonna see more color actually if you put your pin on the white side of the paper, because the paper is gonna fold up like this and you're gonna see more of the color as you go, okay? If you want it to be a little more muted, then you're gonna put your pin on the colored side of the paper like this, because then when they start to fold up, then it's gonna be the white of the paper is gonna show more, okay? And so then it just is as easy as pinning these papers on. And you actually need to pin them kind of close together. I like to have the colored side facing out. I just think it looks a little more festive, a little more colorful. So you just start pinning them all on. And it's very random. You can just be very random with your colors. You don't have to worry about, I do kind of try to make sure that I don't have like too many blues next to each other or too many browns next to each other, that kind of thing. So as you are joining me also, along with where you're from, we have great giveaways on our Hometalk Live demonstrations. And so tonight we're going to be giving away a tote bag, a Hometalk tote bag. And in order to win that tote bag, you need to comment with what kind of things have you made a wreath out of, okay? So we're going to use some unconventional supplies tonight, like these Dum Dum wrappers. So tell us, what have you made wreaths out of? We already heard pool noodles are a great thing to use as a wreath form, but what other kind of fun things have you used? So leave that in the comments below to be entered to win by the end of our live.
Coffee filters.
Coffee filters, yes. Okay, so this general idea can be used for a lot of different products can be used for this. Okay, so you can use coffee filters to get this same general look. I have also seen cupcake liners. So if you have a fun themed birthday party or something like that, you could use cupcake liners. I lost my pins here. So you could use cupcake liners to get the same kind of look going. And you just kind of crinkle them up as you go like this. And you're kind of crinkling them as you go. And I'm losing all of my little pins in the midst of my fun Dum Dums wrappers. Okay, so what other kind of things do you think that you could use in this? And actually could be any kind of candy wrapper. So if you have somebody who has a particular chocolate bar that they like, you could use all kinds of different chocolate bars as wrappers in this. I think using the Dum Dum wrappers, because they have these fun bright colors, kind of makes it feel springy. Kind of makes it be like a springtime wreath, so I really like that.
Somebody said recycled socks.
Recycled socks. Oh my goodness, that is so ingenious. I love that. I'm not sure I can even imagine what that would look like, but I love that idea. Repurposing things for wreaths. I love the idea of taking something and turning it into something else. So I love those ideas. Keep them coming. Let us know where you're from and what you have made some wreaths out of. Okay, so we're making a Dum Dum Wrappers wreath. We're using the wrappers from Dum Dums, and I am literally just pinning them on with straight pins like this. And as I was telling you, you can see using a pin with a head on it is so much more helpful than just a regular straight pin, so that it doesn't pull through, the paper doesn't pull through, okay? So as you keep going, what you're gonna end up having is a super cute wreath like this, okay? So in the end, what I did to finish it off here is at the end, I just left some space at the top so that I could use, this is just some scrap ribbon that I found, and I just wrapped it around the top. And actually, this isn't what's holding it. Oftentimes on Hometalk, a lot of people, when we do wreaths, people want to know, well, how do you hang the wreath, right? How do you hang it? So what I did was I just took a simple piece of ribbon here, and I'll take it off to show you. And I've just taken a simple piece of ribbon, and I've looped it on the back and pinned it straight on to the back like this, all right? So I'm just pinning it straight on the back like that. And so I've made a little loop on the back so that I can hang the wrapper like this, the wreath like this, okay? So in the end, you have all of these cute little wrappers on here. You can see what I mean now as you can see the entire wreath. You can see what I mean about the colors stand out more depending on which way you turn the wrapper when you're pinning it on. And you can see that it's a little more bright if you use the pin on the bright colored side.
I've got a fun one. A first grade teacher said kids' handprints, coat hangers, and wooden clothespins.
Okay, kids' handprints and wooden clothespins on a wreath. That is, and it was from a first grade teacher. I love that. I love that because it's probably her children, her students.
And dryer sheets.
And dryer sheets. Oh, dryer sheets for this would be a fantastic idea to kind of smell good and be in your laundry room. That's a great idea. I love it. Keep the ideas coming. So let's hang this up, okay? I have a hanger back here so that we can see what our wreath looks like hung up there, okay? So, and you can see also this smaller size, see how great it looks. It fills out, but you don't have one of those huge wreath forms and then you feel like you're using the Dum Dum wrappers forever, right? You're pinning those things on forever. But it's a super easy project you can get the kids involved with too. Because I'll tell you another thing that I say often is I have a love-hate relationship with the hot glue gun, okay? So if anybody else agrees with me that you really can't stand the hot glue gun, please let me know that in the comments below. I just avoid avoid the hot glue gun as much as possible. So none of these projects tonight use a hot glue gun because I can't stand them, okay? Because I burn my fingers and I make a mess. And so this didn't even take a hot glue gun. Super easy to do. You're just using a pin and you've got this great fun spring wreath, all right? So the next one we're going to do is a fun project. So we're thinking about spring, and for some reason for spring, I always think of babies, right? Okay, so we're thinking about babies and a fun gift to use for baby showers. And actually tonight with me, being my camera people, are my niece and her husband. And when she was born many moons ago, her mom received this next wreath as a gift, and I have made them ever since, okay? Super fun idea. We're gonna make a wreath using diapers, okay? So if anybody has ever heard of this before, let me know. If you haven't heard of this, this is gonna be super fun, okay? So this is a great idea for wedding showers. You can use it as a decor item, and then you can give it to the person who the shower's for too, okay? So what you're gonna need is diapers. You're gonna need 2 sizes of diapers, okay? So I have a size 2 diaper, and I have a size 3 diaper. And it's best to get diapers that coordinate. So these are very cute Mickey and Minnie diapers. I believe these were Huggies, because I like to help people save money. There was a coupon recently that made these packages just $3 a package for the diapers. So it was an excellent deal on these, all right? So we're using size 2 diapers and size 3 diapers. And you're also gonna need one of these macrame rings, okay? So
someone's daughter's having a baby in July.
Okay, a baby in July. So you're gonna need to use this one, okay? When you see how cute this is, you're gonna love it. You're gonna give it to your daughter, okay? So you're gonna need one of these macrame rings to go. And I usually use around a size 14 or 12. I believe this is a little smaller just so that I can show you for demonstration purposes, okay? The next thing you're gonna wanna use is this gift wrap ribbon. I like to buy these big bulk sizes because you can use them for so many projects. You can get them at the party supply store or Amazon. Super cheap, you can get them, okay? So what you're gonna do is sort of make like a petal out of the diapers, all right? So you're gonna take the diapers here, and when I first posted this on Hometalk, some of the people were a little concerned about the metal ring touching the diapers, okay? Some people said they didn't feel like it was a problem. Some people were concerned. So the suggestion was to wrap the metal ring with ribbon. That is a great idea. What I have done is I have wiped it all down with a sanitary wipe, like a Clorox wipe, so it is all sanitary and ready for us to go.
Where did you get the ring?
Okay, so the ring I got at Hobby Lobby, and I got it actually with the macrame like supplies. I think it was like dream catchers and things like that, okay? So macrame, not like knitting supplies, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the diaper right around the ring like this, okay? And you're gonna put the 2s, you're gonna use 2 number 2s, okay? So the smaller size diaper, and you're gonna wrap it right around like that, okay? So you have 2 of them. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to do it backwards for you. Okay, so these are sticking outside, and then you're gonna take the number 3, and you're gonna overlap it on top of the 2, like this, okay? So we're kind of creating like a petal almost, okay? And then you're gonna take your gift wrap, you know, this, curling ribbon, right? The curling ribbon. And you're going to take it around the back side like this. See the 3, you've bundled the 3 together, and you're just going to tie them off together like this, okay? Really easy. And you kind of want to tie them off a little tight. This is nice to have a finger, if you had a finger to hold, to tie the knot on there with you. Okay, and you're just going to tie the knot on there like that, okay? And you can curl off the ribbon there, okay? So as you can see there, see how we've started to make the outside. All right, so let me start making another one. So as you're joining me, I am Mary, and we're doing some wreaths tonight using some sort of unconventional supplies. So please be letting me know what kind of things you have made wreaths out of. Right now we're making a fun baby shower wreath using diapers. So let us know what kind of fun things you have made. And we are just tying off these diapers. We're using 2 different sizes. So this can either be decor for a baby shower or a gift, you know, to welcome the baby home. And then the mama can pull these right off and use them, right? So we love practical gift ideas as well. And so we're just tying it off with this curling ribbon like this. And we're gonna keep moving right around the ring with these, okay? And you're seeing how we're stacking those, okay? So as we go through the magic of lives, look what we come up with in the end. Ta-da, right? And because this is made on this ring, we already have a built-in hanger to hang the wreath up on, and I just usually find a little ribbon that coincides with whatever colors are on our diaper. And so you know that there are some really fun prints on diapers nowadays, like the Honest Company has like cheetah prints and stuff like that on diapers. So you can find some really fun prints to go with the diaper as well. These Minnie and Mickeys are really cute too. So this is a really fun idea to use for a baby shower, okay? So we've done our Dum Dum wrapper to use the Dum Dum wrappers, and we have done the diaper wreath. So keep letting us know what kind of things you have used.
Make a bigger bow is the suggestion.
Yes, sometimes I actually use that wired ribbon, whatever I can find. I actually just found this. I thought it matched really well, so that's why I used that. But if you had that wire ribbon and you can make a really big, bold bow, to put this on the front door during a baby shower is super fun, definitely, okay?
Approximately how much to make it?
How many of the diapers? Is that?
It just says how much.
How much? Okay, so if you see this wreath right here, this is on one of those 14-inch rings. The 14-inch ring is around $3, and you can see I've got 1, 2, 3 diapers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of those. So you're not going to use a full set, a full package of diapers of each size. You can give the rest of the package of diapers to the mama, but you can kind of do the math on those, especially if you're using coupons to save on those diapers. But that kind of gives you an idea of what you're talking about as far as supplies.
Have you ever tried pinning anything to the diaper wreath?
Yes, I have seen that. So somebody is saying pinning things, like you could hang a pacifier, or you could put a bottle on there, maybe some booty, you know, like little socks or a onesie. That would be super cute too. So it's kind of like the idea of those diaper cakes that you've seen, just taken to a different level. Yeah, so that would be a great thing to go along with that.
Somebody asked to re-show the Dum Dum wreath.
Yes, okay, so this is our Dum Dum wreath, and we'll do a close-up on it. So we just pinned on the Dum Dum wrappers using straight pins that have a little ball on the head so that it doesn't pull through, and we simply used a Dollar Tree wreath form, and that's how we made our Dum Dum wreath. Okay, and so the next one we're moving on to, so we've kind of done some spring things, and right at the end of spring is a holiday for the gentlemen in our lives. And so the next project is for Father's Day, and this is one of my favorite wreaths that I have done. And this is using men's ties, okay? So we're gonna get men's ties, and the fun thing to do with this one is it could be like 3 generations. You could use a grandfather and a father. You could use maybe somebody who's passed away. You could use their ties. My wreath that I made is actually my husband's ties. And so it's a really fun thing to do for Father's Day. So again, we're going to use this unconventional item. which is a tie, a men's tie. We're gonna use my Dollar Tree wreath form again. Again, I love this kind of smaller size, so it makes it a doable project. It doesn't feel too overwhelming. And hey, it was only $1, right? Okay, and no glue gun involved. But on this one, we're gonna use these fun pins. They're called T-pins, okay? And let me get one out for you. This is another Dollar Tree find, okay? I love the Dollar Tree for DIY crafts, okay?
Somebody made a wreath using eggs.
Eggs, yes, okay. So it's Easter time coming up, so I'm assuming what you probably mean is like Easter eggs. So that would be a very fun DIY project, okay? So these pins are kind of like a little T, all right? And so in my mind, they kind of looked like tie tacks, right? Okay, so that's what I decided to use for this wreath project, or this project. So the hardest thing about this one is getting the wrap right on this, okay? So basically what we're gonna be doing is wrapping the ties around the wreath, okay? And so you're gonna just start by taking one of these pins, one of these T-pins, and just pinning it in and then wrapping it around your wreath, okay? And you want to wrap it nice and tight.
Can you tell us again where the metal ring came from?
Yes, the metal ring is a macrame ring, and I bought it at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can buy it at any craft store, Joann Fabrics. I've seen them on Amazon, but the key is you want to look for macrame ring, and they usually come in like size 12 or 14 is the best size to use for those diaper projects. Okay, so what I'm just doing is wrapping the wreath, or the tie around the wreath like that, okay? And so the object, what you want to do is end up with the tie, and this is the part where it gets a little tricky, and you sometimes have to kind of rewrap it a few times. You really want to end up with this side, this piece like this on the outside, because what we want it to look like is this, all right? This is what we're going for in the end, okay? So it does take a few times kind of wrapping it and figuring out just how you want it to, and sometimes what you have to do is that first pin placement is what you have to start over again on. So this one does take a little trial and error to figure out how you're gonna, because, you know, sometimes one tie is longer than another. Sometimes the tie is a little thicker material than another tie. And so that all is gonna kind of depend on how many times it's gonna take you to wrap it around the wreath. But basically, you're just trying to get it to wrap around so that the end sticks out over the edge, all right? And so hopefully, fingers crossed this time, we're gonna get it to wrap around the edge for us here. So don't forget to be letting me know what kind of fun wreaths you have made so that you can enter to win our fun Hometalk tote bag tonight. We've heard about eggs and handprints from students in a classroom. We've heard coffee filters. Okay, so that one kind of, see, we got that one to go, all right? And so you can also adjust it from the sides. You can adjust a little bit from the sides like this. You can kind of pull them out to adjust it a little bit like so, all right? And then you're gonna take another one of your tacks, your T-pins, and this is where I think it looks kind of clever, and it looks like a tie tack on your wreath there, okay? So you're gonna keep going around the wreath until you get to the end. And what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that each time you put a tie on, you have really made it snug each up next to each other. And so what you wanna do is, when you start the next row, you don't start it right next to each other because of the way you wrap it. You kind of stagger it a little bit. So you're gonna stagger it over here. You're gonna stagger it here. And then you kind of wrap it this way. You wrap to the opposite side, and then you come back towards the one you have already done. Okay? So we're doing it like this. We're wrapping it. All right, until we get to the end. And hopefully it's about like that, okay? And then we put on another tie tack. And now what I thought was kind of fun at the end of mine, I found a plain tie and I tied it off so that it almost looks like I made a tie knot on the end for my holder, okay? So I just wrapped this single tie around, and I'll show you on the back here, using another one of those T-pins. I've just wrapped it around the back and tied the knot on the front and then just pinned this to the back to make my holder. And then it kind of almost looks like a tie on the tie wreath, okay? Another fun thing would be if you had a bow tie, like a gentleman's bow tie to put on here as well.
I have a question.
Yes, a question.
Someone was thinking of making a wreath with lots of pictures, maybe
Yes.
different shapes of kids and grandkids. Do you think that would work?
Yes, a picture frame wreath would be a great idea. You might have to use the dreaded hot glue gun for that one, but you could certainly find some picture frames at the Dollar Tree, some of those lightweight plastic picture frames, and glue them onto a frame like a wreath form like this, and then put the pictures in. That would be a great idea. On this tie, going back to the tie one, I told you these are all my husband's ties. We've been together since high school. Actually, this one right here, we wore on one of our first dates. He wore on one of our first dates together. How fun is that, right? So this is kind of a fun one to do for sort of a memorial gift for someone. If you have a grandfather or someone like that, again, doing the whole 3 generations wreath. If you wanted to use a bigger wreath so you could do more ties on there, that would be a great idea as well. I'm going to take down our Dum Dum wreath so that I can hang up the ties so that you can see what that one looks like hung up. So you can see how cute the tie looks. See, it looks like it's kind of tied off there at the top, all right? So, and I love that idea of those looking like tie tacks on your ties, okay? So tonight we have made 3 wreaths. We made using 3 different kinds of unconventional supplies. We made the Dum Dum wrappers wreath. Super easy on this one, just the Dum Dum wrappers and some straight pins.
Approximately how many wrappers?
Oh my goodness, you know, someone asked me that on the Hometalk page when I posted this, and I absolutely have no idea. Because my kids were helping me to take them all off, I really have no idea. And it really depends on how big your wreath form is too. On this smaller wreath form, I probably would say it was probably around like 150, but if you're using a bigger wreath form, you're gonna need a big old bag of Dum-Dums, okay? But it's super easy and fun to do. And with Easter coming up, maybe use the like candy wrappers that the kids are doing, or at Halloween time, use whatever Halloween wrappers are coming out of the, the treat baskets. So we've got the Dum-Dums wrapper wreath, that one we did. And then we also had the fun diaper wreath. For a new mama. This is great for either when she comes home from the hospital or a baby shower. And we used 2 different sizes of diapers, and we used that macrame ring. So the ring that we used, so on the Dum Dum wrapper wreath and on the ties, we used this from the Dollar Tree, this just simple styrofoam form. And on the diaper wreath, we used this macrame, a metal macrame wreath form. And actually, you know what you could also use? You could really use a wire hanger too. If you just really bent the heck out of that thing, you could use a wire hanger for that. I definitely would suggest wrapping that one in ribbon though, if you're using that for a hanger for the diapers. The nice thing about using a hanger when you're making a wreath is you already have a built-in hook for those, but that's another kind of frugal way to use a wreath form. So we did our 3 wreaths tonight using some fun, unconventional supplies. I heard lots of great ideas from you all, and we have another something.
We have a winner.
Okay, so we have the winner.
Lisa Richter.
Lisa Richter.
Bottle cap wreath.
Bottle cap wreath. Oh, I love that idea. I love that idea, Lisa. Thank you so much for that great idea. And thanks for joining us My name is Mary Hoover, and I run the website missiontosave.com, so I would love for you to come see what kind of fun savings tips I have for you, including DIY projects. And don't forget that Hometalk will be live again tomorrow on Monday at 1 o'clock with another great tutorial for you all. All right? So do we have any other questions or things in there, guys?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, so everybody have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and happy savings, as I always tell my friends on Mission to Save, and happy crafting too. All right, good night, everybody.